hair is something that most men worry about at some point in their life, probably because we associate having hair with looking youthful and attractive. But why do some men go bald and others don't? And how come women don't have to worry about losing their hair? Why just us?
Losing your hair is a natural part of aging. No one expects to have the same amount of hair at age 60 as they had at age 20. The concern is how soon you start to lose your hair and how much hair you lose. Certain medical conditions can cause hair loss, but the most common cause of premature balding in men is male pattern baldness. 1 in 5 men is affected by this condition, which gets its name from the distinctive pattern of hair loss that resembles a horseshoe. In male pattern baldness, the front hairline begins to recede first. Then the crown on the top of the head begins to thin. The hair loss continues until the thinning crown meets the receding front hairline. And all this time, the hair on the sides and back of the head remains thick and full.
So you notice that you're losing a little hair. Now, how do you tell if this is the start of something, well, bigger? The short answer is you can't. Male pattern baldness is a genetic trait. It's not caused by a bad haircut or by wearing your hat too tight. You just inherit it.
It helps to look at your family tree, but make sure you look at both sides, because you can inherit the gene from either your mother or your father. If either side of your family has a history of hair loss, you have a 50-50 chance of inheriting the gene. And the only way to find out is to wait. The ironic thing about hair is that we spend all this time washing, conditioning, and styling, trying to give body and life to something that's already dead. Your hair is dead. The only living part are the follicles. But it's those follicles that ultimately determine how long your hair hangs around. Each hair follicle goes through a peculiar growth cycle. It begins with a growing phase that lasts anywhere from 3 to 6 years. During this phase, the follicle grows hair at a rate of about 1 centimeter per month. Then it suddenly stops and goes into a resting phase that lasts about 3 months. At the end of the resting phase, a new hair begins to grow, which pushes out the old hair. At any given time, about 90% of your follicles are growing hair, and the other 10% are resting. Because old hairs are continuously being pushed out, it's natural for us to shed between 50 and 100 hairs each day. So don't worry about those extra hairs lying around the sink. The real problem occurs when the resting hair follicles fail to start growing again, meaning the hairs you shed are no longer replaced by new hairs. That's when you start to go bald. So what would cause hair follicles to just pack up and stop growing hair? Hormones.
That's how we separate the men from the women. Men are men because of the male hormone testosterone. And the lack of testosterone in women is the reason they don't worry about losing their hair. In men, it's the combination of testosterone and the right genes that are responsible for that change in the hair follicles up here. So what happens? Well, if you carry the male pattern baldness gene, certain follicles in your scalp will start to produce an enzyme that, when mixed with testosterone, produces another substance called dihydrotestosterone, or DHT. Now, DHT makes your hair follicles shrink. They produce thinner and thinner hair until eventually they just stop producing hairs altogether. So you think you're going to go bald. What can you do? Well, this device might give you a clue. It's used to castrate bulls. And believe it or not, castration is the only surefire way to prevent hair loss. But it's a bit drastic. You'd stop losing your hair because you'd stop producing testosterone. But you might not like some of the other side effects.
There are surgical alternatives like hair transplants. To transplant hair, the surgeon first removes plugs of hair from the back of the head. These plugs are cleaned and trimmed and then placed into pre-drilled holes in the bald area of the scalp. But how come transplanted hair can grow in an area where before the hair fell out?
The reason is there's nothing wrong with the soil in the bald area. It's the plant. The hair disappeared in the first place because the follicles in the bald area were genetically programmed to stop producing hair. The thick hair on the sides and back of the head don't have the same instructions. So if you move a hair with healthy roots into the bald area, we can reforest the landscape, so to speak. And that's exactly what happens in a hair transplant.
Will we ever have a cure for baldness? Well, possibly, but it likely won't come in the form of a miracle lotion or an electronic gizmo.
The most important thing to remember about hair loss is it's genetic. You can cover it up with wigs or transplants, but trying to cure hair loss is the same as trying to change your eye color from blue to brown. Not an easy task. But if you're really desperate, remember, there's always the surefire method. Just pack up and stop growing again. Hormones. That was way too quick. I'm sorry. You're no longer replaced by new hair. That would be where I'd put the next line. Here we go. Sorry.